Hi there, Pastor Sam with your much-awaited second lesson in the Dragon Lancer series. Romans 13 is not about the police. It's not about the police. Before even getting really started in the creation, the Lord created a great light, two great lights. He created a greater light to rule the day and a lesser light to rule the night. I'm just going to throw out one simple argument right now. The whole idea that all governments are ordained of God, that is, political governments. How about this? Does that mean that a revolutionary movement, if it's successful, is ordained of God? Does it mean that a revolutionary movement, if it is unsuccessful, was never ordained of God? So what if there's two guys standing out there, maybe the two last men on earth, and one of them picks up a stick off the ground? Is he ordained of God to be the leader because he got the stick? Should a guy pick up the stick so that he can be the one that's ordained of God? It's a long time before we even get to one of our occurrences. Once we get to verse 13, there is an occurrence of the study term Tanniyn. The Lord has plenty of military horsepower to get his work done. That's why the book of Job, where it talks about the treasuries of hail and the storehouses of snow and ice that the Lord reserves for the day of war and battle, as recently happened in the city of Guadalajara, Mexico, a city that is overrun with pedophile activity and organized crime, and behind it all, the Catholic Church, who believes that they have a divine right to rule. Well, guess what? The Lord opened up his treasury of snow and let loose some havoc into that place. Some of that is symbolic. Others of it is not symbolic. And the ancient people knew this, that the sun ruled the day and the moon ruled the night. Hey, there are inhabitants of the heavens. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. There are inhabitants also in the sea. Certain powers are going to go into effect. Powers that have nothing to do with badges and clubs. Who's going to come with the Lord to kick butt? Well, let's just take a look. And the unicorns shall come down with them. Romans 13. Oh, wilt thou not be afraid of the power? Well, do good. If you do good, then the whirlwind and the hailstorm and the earthquake won't come in and crush your nation. How about that, Bubba? Cease from fornication, honor God, even just a little bit. Fear him just a little bit. And then all of a sudden you won't be afraid of the power. If these creatures exist, then they just have to be bad. They have to be. Well, okay, all right, let's see what the Bible says about it. Well, this is the fox and the hound, and their little cubs get to play, and they don't ever have to face that they're going to grow up to be enemies, because there's a corruption in the creation that causes flesh to be devoured, that causes death, that causes thorns and poisons and all kinds of things like that. So all these things that the Lord made, he is going to restore. And the cow and the bear shall feed their young ones, shall lie down together, and the lion shall eat straw like the ox. Now, who oppresses oppressed peoples? One word, governments. Chapter 10, verse 21. For the pastors are become brutish. Oh, my goodness. Who loves to preach Romans 13? These communist preachers. And fiery flying serpent. They will carry their riches upon the shoulders of their young asses, and their treasures upon the bunches of camels, to a people that shall not profit them. Whosoever resisteth the power resisteth the ordinance of God, and they that resist shall receive to themselves damnation. This has to do more with geoengineering. But if thou do that which is evil, be afraid, for he beareth not the sword in vain, for he is the minister of God, a revenger to execute wrath upon him that doeth evil. Verse 5. And then here in verse 6, guess what? The government appears, but as an afterthought. Those are celestial authorities. I'm Pastor Sam, and that is your second lesson in the Dragon Lancer series. Thanks for coming.